Okay, so after you have made your template, this is step 2, and that is to punch holes in the rest of your book. So supplies you will need are your template, the 2 pages you want to use for the front and back of your cover, the inside of the book, so all of the pages, and for you all, this will be, I believe it is 6 pages, 1, 2, 6 pages of daily doodles and 20 pages of blank paper. This changes yearly, so if you are not watching this in the fall of 2020, that might be different for you, but as of right now, that's what the inside is. You will need 2 binder clips, and you will need your hole punch of choice, whether it is the small one like this with the purple handles or a regular silver hole punch. So the first thing you are going to do is line up your template with your covers. And because the template is so crinkly, this might prove difficult to do. So just be as precise with it as possible. It will get easier after this first one. Use your binder clip to just hold it together. Like so. So how I like to do this, some kids choose to just line up the holes again and then punch it down the middle, but I feel like over time with all the pages that becomes less and less accurate. So I like to take my pencil and just make a mark on all of the holes again. Then take my template off. Well, that did not work because I'm going to flip it over to the back for the sake of this video and redo that because some of my holes didn't show up. I thought I was marking through and it did not go all the way. So I couldn't see. All right. Try this again. So you don't make the mistake I just made. It might be good for you to just lift up this side and make sure all of your dots are there, and they are not. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, some of the paper didn't punch out all the way. That's what's going on. These are mistakes I didn't even know you could have, so it's good that I am making them now for you so you can see what not to do. Again, after this first transfer of the template, it's going to get easier, and I'll show you in just a second why that is. Okay, now I have all of them. Excellent. Okay, so I have all my dots. With the covers still together, I'm going to go ahead and punch through each one. Again, as close to the hole as I can, or to the dot as I can get it. And there you go. We now have a cover, a front and back cover with holes punched out. Now, since this paper for your cover is thicker than the copy paper template, I like to use my front cover for my new template. It's much easier to line up. So make sure you keep your back separate for right now, and make sure that all of the holes you punch, that the margin goes on this left hand side. For this particular packet, make sure that your numbers are facing in the direction the daily doodles are. That's supposed to go on the right side. You can see that this has more of a margin. That's because you're going to be sewing over here. So this is the side the holes need to go on. It is important that you do not get too many pieces of paper, because then it starts to jam up the hole punch, especially the smaller one. You might be able to fit a few more with the regular size, and that's okay. I like to do about 8 at a time so it doesn't get jammed up. So you're going to put the template on top, making sure it's the right orientation. Put your binder clips on once again. Just in case something is cut incorrectly, it is a good idea before you put on the binder clips to just tap it down on the table on the edge where the margin is supposed to go. You will do the same thing. You will take your pencil and go down. You'll see that now it's much easier. It's not wanting to curl up or crinkle up. It's nice and flat, and it's thick and straight, so you can easily see the holes and mark those and line it up. And that's why you want to use the front cover now. I marked those. I'll show you what it's like. You can take the front cover if you want. For some of you, it might be easier, just whatever you prefer. It might be easier to line up each hole with that hole instead of like drawing a dot and then taking the cover off. Okay. So I have done that through one section of my book. When you're finished with that, you will just put this aside. I like to flip it face over, where it would be like if you were like opening the book up, and just set it aside. It's okay if you don't. Just make sure that these pages right here stay in order. They're dated, so shouldn't be that hard to keep them in order. So you will just keep doing that through the rest of your pages. You should be able to maybe get through this stack in about 3 times, maybe 4. Once you get finished punching all of your holes, then you will be ready for the next step.